Hello, it's Suzanne from Groundwork, and today I'm going to talk to you about companion planting in containers. Companion planting is where you plant several species of plants together so that they get benefits from each other. Those benefits can be pest control, pollination, fertility and maximising the use of space. The containers that you grow in need to be as big as possible. Smaller containers are more prone to drying out and need a lot of watering. Deeper containers are better for root vegetables and things with long roots, and a big base is good for the stability of the pot so that it doesn't fall over. So going back to companion planting. The first pot that I've put together is to show you about how plants benefit each other for fertility. So in the middle of this pot there are beans that will grow quite high, and then around the outside there's kale. So the kale is a nutrient heavy plant. It wants to take a lot of nutrients from the ground, whereas the beans are nitrogen fixers. So the beans will put nitrogen into the soil that will benefit the kale to grow. So with this second pot I've kept with beans, but not because of the fertility this time. What I've put in around the outside of this pot is calendulas. And these will have really nice flowers that will attract the pollinating insects that hopefully will pollinate the beans and then give us lovely beans to eat later. The third pot that I've prepared is all about smell. I've got cabbage growing in the middle, and around the outside I've got rosemary and thyme. The rosemary will grow tall at the back and the thyme will spread across the front. And the idea of these smells is to detract the pests that will want to come and lay their eggs on the cabbage. So this pot is a bit of a mixture. I've got the strawberries growing in the middle, which is my main feature. That's the plant that I want to grow mainly to get the fruit off it. I've now got chives around the outside, which are the plants that smell, so hopefully that will deter any bugs. And then I'm going to now put in some marigolds around the outside as well, and hopefully that will bring in the pollinators to pollinate the strawberry plants. Okay, so that's ready to go. So this pot is all about space. We've got tomato that's hopefully going to grow quite tall in the middle, and then I'm going to put some cabbage around the outside. So I'll take off any dead leaves that are growing on the outside that aren't growing any longer, and just making a hole big enough to put the whole root base in and then firming it down. So I've gone for 3 cabbage because they'll probably grow quite big, and I don't want to detract that from the tomato plant. And then with the tomato plant itself, what I'm going to do is actually take off the flowers that are already growing on it, because it's only quite a small plant and I'd like it to grow a bit taller. If I leave the flowers on now, then the energy will go into creating the fruit from the flowers, and I really want at this time of year the energy to go into creating a better root structure and creating a taller plant. So I shall be snipping out these little buds later. So again, this one's all about space. I've got Brussels sprouts in the middle of this one that are going to grow tall, and I've got 2 very tiny pea seedlings. These are only dwarf peas, so they will only grow part way up. They won't overshadow the Brussels sprouts. And then just at each side I'm going to put a lettuce, just so that we've got 3 sort of layers of structure as the plants grow. So I've gone for a red one and a green one just for colour. So of course I'm going to have to look after all of these plants. We're still getting some cold nights, so I'll have to make sure that they're protected and keep them well watered as well. So just keep an eye on them. And any leaves around the plants that are looking a bit bedraggled, I will cut them off. So I hope you picked up a few tips today about container planting and companion planting. There's lots of variations on companion planting, and I'm just going to show you a little slide at the end of this just to give you a few more ideas. But on the internet there's loads of ideas on what can grow together. On the negative side as well, there are plants that don't grow well together, so just make sure you check before you start planting them up in a container. Okay, that's everything for today, so hope to see you again. Bye bye.